What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, I'm getting a lot of people asking me and questioning me and asking me, why did legendary, retired, undefeated, iconic, Hall of Fame, 5 division world champion, superstar boxer, the man known as Money, Floyd Mayweather Jr., who retired 50 wins, no loss, and no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He is 5'8" with a 72-inch arm reach. With that said, many people are asking me, why did Floyd Mayweather leak his former fighters, who was undefeated 3 division world champion, who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, WBA regular title at lightweight, WBA regular title at junior welterweight, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis's um, pay-per-view buys. Okay, Gervonta Tank Davis recently fought January 7th, Washington D.C. at the Capital One Arena. Gervonta Tank Davis, he's from Baltimore, Maryland, the DMV area, and this fight, it was a sellout, right? It did another breaking record at the gate, $5.2 million reported gate, which was a record high for the Capital One Arena. He previously did a record gate at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, May 28th of 2022, when he fought against Rolando Rolly Romero of a $5 million gate. So he's breaking gates. The difference is when he fought against Rolando Rolly Romero, he was still signed to Mayweather Promotions and Floyd Mayweather. In this fight with Hector Garcia, former who was the former undefeated, now he's defeated WBA super featherweight world champion Dominican star boxer Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia came into the fight 16 wins, no loss, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 5'9" with a 67-inch arm reach. Okay, Gervonta Tank Davis is 28 wins now, no loss and no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach, right? Gervonta Tank Davis got a 9th-round stoppage victory. Now, Rick Glazier, he reported that 2 weeks later, which was a few days ago, that Gervonta Tank Davis pay-per-view buys only did 61,000 pay-per-view buys, okay? And obviously, like I stated to many people, when Rick Glazier put these numbers out, nobody was reporting any numbers on Gervonta Tank Davis's pay-per-view. Not a single soul reported anything about Gervonta Tank Davis pay-per-view numbers and his pay-per-view buys until Rick Glazier put this number out. And then suddenly you got the floodgate open with everybody who's somebody in the sport of boxing that suddenly had the official numbers to combat that of what Rick Glazier had to say. Now, everybody knows Rick Glazier is not a fan of the PBC, Premier Box Champion, founder advisor Al Heyman, and and their fighters, right? We all know this. But as soon as he was the first one to put it out. Then immediately following Rick Glazier's numbers, you had Boxing Scene release the numbers. You had Dan Raffel release his numbers. You had plenty of people releasing numbers suddenly after that, right? Now, which is very telling is that obviously there could have been some damage control being done, right? But nonetheless, is people started asking me today and flooding my inbox, why would Floyd Mayweather do that to Gervonta Tank Davis since they parted ways? Okay, Floyd Mayweather announced that he has a fight coming up February 25th, and people were asking me, why is he competing with Adrian Broner, right? And so with that said, you know, you have to ask yourself this, what does Floyd Mayweather get out of releasing those numbers? Okay, because if that's the case, if he wants to release the numbers when he was with him, why didn't Floyd Mayweather release the numbers? If he wants to release the numbers while he's not with him, why wouldn't he release the numbers when he was with him? Because keep in mind, we never got an official number to what he did with Rolly Romero. We never got an official number of what he did with Isaac Cruz. We heard those was extremely low numbers as well. We never got an official number of what he did with Leo Santa Cruz. We heard that those were low numbers. Okay, and then to combat Rick Glazier's 61,000, people started to come out and say, well, it was 200,000. There was even reports that did 400,000. Then there was reports that did 150,000, right? And I explained to you guys it's probably somewhere in the middle, but nobody knows the official number. They're just throwing around numbers, okay, to compete with one another. That's plain and simple what's taking place here. Nobody knows the actual numbers of what's actually going on. Nobody can give you an official number. It just is what it is. Is that it's guesstimation. Everybody's guesstimating what's the numbers actually is. Okay, and if you're a fan, like I stated, if you're a fan of Gervonta Davis, you're gonna go with the highest number. If you're not a fan of Gervonta Davis, you're gonna go with the lowest number. And if you're mutual, you're gonna find out. You're gonna figure it out, and you're gonna say, well, it's probably somewhere in between. Okay, which I stated, and I'll say this again. The highest number that came out was 400,000. The lowest number was 61,000. Right? Either which one is too low. Even if he did 400,000, that's too low for Gervonta Davis, who's an entertainer. He gets knockouts. Okay, his fights are, very intriguing. Okay, so Gervonta Davis, if he's selling out arenas, it was reported that he did 20,000, nearly 20,000, rounded off to the highest. Nearly 20,000 people showed up to the Capital One Arena, did a 5.2 million gate. You had a sold out arena at the Barclays Center, and people are showing up. So if they're showing up, then why aren't they buying the pay-per-views? Because people have options. That's why. See, when you show up to the arena, you have to pay for the ticket that they're selling you the price, or you just don't go. When you're at home watching it, you have the option to watch it for free, or you have the option to pay for it. You don't have the option when you go in person. You're going to pay either the lowest ticket price, hypothetically speaking, if it was $50, you're going to pay $50 for all the way up at the top. And if the highest ticket was $22,000, okay, to sit on the floor, then you're going to pay $2,000 to sit on the floor. There is no option. Okay, it's not optional. You're going to pay the price. So therefore, it's going to sell out, and then you're going to get people. As I stated, they're going to, have options when they're at home. Period. So that's why it sells out in person, and he does the record gate numbers he's doing. And then when he's at home, it's not big numbers because it's optional. People can choose. Oh, I don't feel like I know this guy Gervonta Davis is fighting, so I'm gonna choose to watch it for free. And then some people accidentally stumble upon it. Oh wow, Gervonta Davis fight is on whatever platform you able to see it on for free, and you just watch it, right? Then if you already start watching it, what's going to make you stop watching it and go click on and pay for it than to watch it, unless it's just a convenience thing. You don't want to watch it on your mobile device, right? Your laptop or your cell phone, or your computer, and you want to watch it on your TV, then you actually pay the price. The fact remains is this: there's a lot of piracy within the sport of boxing, and it truly doesn't matter. But like I said, getting back to the story, if Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions and Leonard Ellerbe, CEO of Mayweather Promotions, leaked this information about Gervonta Davis pay-per-view numbers being somewhere in the middle, not at the highest end and not at the lowest end, right? It would do them the disservice, because then if that was truly the case, then people may want to say, well, what's the numbers when he was with you? If the point is to prove that, when he was with us, he did massive numbers. Well, we never was privy to those massive numbers he did. When Floyd Mayweather did massive numbers and broke record numbers and did millions upon millions of pay-per-view buys, the whole world knew about it. If these fights were doing millions upon millions and hundreds of thousands of pay-per-view buys, the whole world would know about it. The fact remains is that there's a lot of piracy within the sport of boxing, and I don't see what Leonard Ellerbe nor Floyd Mayweather would get out of leaking his numbers. And in all actuality, I don't even think they care. Okay, maybe they peek at it. What did he do with us and without us? The fact remains is he's already been built up by Mayweather Promotions to be a mega superstar. He's doing the gates. He's doing it in person. He's selling out the arenas. Well, that's proof in itself. The pay-per-views is not, it's something out of Gervonta Davis's hands. It's out of Showtime's hands. It's out of Steven Espinosa's hands. Right? GTD, Gervonta Davis Promotions, they have no control over the people's pay-per-views. The piracy within the sport of boxing is at an all-time high, and I don't see it stopping in nowhere in the foreseeable future. And so with that said, Gervonta Davis is exciting. He does what people say they claim to want to see, and that's knockouts. He gets knockouts within the sport of boxing, and yet fans still don't pay to see it. I wonder why. Because it's optional. They have the option to not pay for it. 9 times out of 10, if you can watch something for free and you're not that invested in the sport of boxing, I'm not going to pay $80 plus tax. when I could watch it for free? I don't know the guy you're fighting. I'm not familiar with him. I'm going to pay $80 when I could watch it for free. 9 times out of 10, they're going to watch it for free. Hardcore boxing fans and people that work within the sport of boxing like myself, they're going to pay for it. I'm not even attempting to look for a secondary option, period. Point blank and period. So with that said, people are saying, well, Gervonta Tank Davis needs the proper dance partner. He would do bigger numbers. Well, it's reported that he's going to fight Ryan Garcia, undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender, April 15th in Las Vegas, Nevada, on pay-per-view. Ryan Garcia has 9 million social media followers, and yet it has yet to translate into the sport of boxing. It has yet to translate into the sport of boxing. So you compare them together, and I expect them to do big numbers. But are they going to do 1 million plus pay-per-view numbers? No. That's no knock to Ryan Garcia. That's no knock to Gervonta Tank Davis. I see people saying Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis are going to break pay-per-view records. No, it's not. The piracy within the sport of boxing is going to rear its ugly head once again when Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Period. Now, maybe they do 750, 850,000 pay-per-view buys. I hope they do. But the facts remain. The reality is they're not going to pay for it. People just don't want to pay for it. Period. And it's out of the fighter's hands, it's out of the promoter's hands, it's out of the network's hands. Period. So let's see how this unfolds. I highly doubt that Floyd Mayweather, and if they did, Floyd Mayweather himself definitely didn't leak these numbers. Absolutely not. Okay, now maybe Leonard Ellerbe, who was present at the fight ringside, maybe he was talking amongst somebody. Somebody got wind of what the actual number was and then reported it. That's a possibility. But as far as Floyd Mayweather deliberately reporting these numbers, no. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.